What's going on through your mind?
I'm really nervous because this is the first time I'm at a free tour, and Julien's here. I've watched this guy on video a lot, so...
Why is that scary?
This person's real, and there's a camera on my face. And
With ads running straight to the footage.
People who know me gonna watch it. See,
Yeah.
what is he doing here? All these weird people and stuff like that.
I love this. My question for you is this. Why is this your dirty little secret? It's like everyone, and this is for all of you. If any of you are ashamed or afraid of, say, telling people about this, why? It's like, tell us your secret. I watched Julien Blanc. Oh, you naughty boy. Why are you ashamed of this? And this is a serious question for all of you. Why are you ashamed on the fact that you're working on your own well-being? Why do you have to justify working on your own well-being? Doesn't it come first? Well, yeah, you say, of course. Yes?
Yeah.
Well, then what do you care what they think?
Because, what was I thinking?
Say there was a bullet in your arm right now and you had to pull it out, but everyone in the world would judge you for it. Are you going to pull it out or not?
Yeah, of course.
What if your friend's like, oh, he's pulling it out, everyone. He's pulling the bullet out. TikTok, what a loser. Would you still pull it out?
I feel...
Would you pull it out? Yes or no? That's the question.
Yes, of course.
So why are you ashamed to be here?
Because
hey, he's working on himself. Julien Blanc. Oh.
Because I'm afraid to lose my friends.
Fuck your friends. If they don't accept it, they're not your friends.
I'm also afraid to not be accepted by my mother.
If she doesn't accept you for who you are, fuck her. That doesn't mean despise her and hate her, but are you going to sell out for the approval of your mom?
Hell no.
That's what you just said. Well, if my mother doesn't accept me, I'm going to sacrifice who I am authentically. What you need to do is cut what we call the invisible umbilical cord. You know when you're born how they cut the cord? Yes, no? Yes. I hope. Come out of your mom. Oh, it's still tight. Oh, and someone cuts it. Yeah, physical cord. But you all have to eventually cut the invisible energetical cord. Meaning you have to reach that point where you tell your parents, hey, I love you, and yes, I come from you, but I'm not yours. And I'm going to live my own life, and I hope you're okay with it, but if not, it has nothing to do with you. It's not a rebellion to you. I just have to stay true to me. And that's what you have to say. If you're like, no, but my mother's going to think this, well, then you're still a child. Now, are you willing to take the disapproval of your mother? Because it will be authentic. She'll be like, hey, what is this? And she'll mean it congruently. Are you willing to stay true to yourself, or are you going to sell out?
I'm going to stay true to myself.
A few years back, I was pretty much slimmer. I weighed 20 kilos less than I do now. And around now I'm back to where I was 4 years ago.
Okay.
And I don't like it.
Come up front. Give her a hand. First of all, I can definitely relate to you said, same for me. I was 20 kilos less 3 years ago, and look at me now. Am I a lesser person?
No.
But I'm an extra 20 kilos. Everyone, I'm an extra 20 kilos. This is 2 kids later, but 2020, February, March 2020, I was ripped and in shape. And look at me now. Does this mean that if you watch my videos, if you look at early 2020, it's better content than me now?
No, I wouldn't say that.
But I'm fatter. Look at this.
That doesn't really change the way you act necessarily.
So why does it change the way you act?
Well, for me, is it that for a few years back, I walked a lot more because...
Me too. Yeah, I'd walk a ton more. Yeah, same.
To visit friends and do stuff in the city.
Me too.
Because I lived in the edge of the city. And
me too.
Now I have a car.
Me too.
I just finished studying a few months back. So
can't relate with that, but okay.
Right now I'm unemployed. I don't have anything to do in the day, and I can't find the motivation in myself to start doing anything again.
But let's bring it back to what you said in the crowd here, your looks, your weight, and your self-worth.
Yeah.
I feel like we're the same. We just put on some weight. Why is it that you then now consider yourself as less confident, inferior than before?
Well, I feel like I have taken a few steps back and that I am the same person as a few years back, and I'm aware that I don't really have any friends. Not very good at making new friends.
What does that have to do with your weight? Because myself too, guess what? If you follow me over the years, I always joke, the times where I look the most unhealthy is the time where my business is doing the best, to be clear, because that's where I'm dedicating most of my energy. But you've seen me literally 2016, extremely in shape. 2019, extremely in shape. But technically you say now, hey, you're back to 2018, 2015. Yeah. But I don't view it as me going backwards or me being inferior or me not being good enough. It's the same me, just with an extra 20 kilos.
Yeah.
Is it not the same you? Or does your personality change with every kilo? It's like, here's a kilo. Changing. I don't find that joke funny anymore. Does it change?
I would say my personality.
Here, hold this.
Sorry.
There's an extra 1 kilo. Oh my gosh. Did it change? You're holding an extra kilo in your hand right now.
Don't really feel any change.
So you shouldn't
Except I have something in my hand.
Well, there you go. Oh, except there's something extra on my body. You didn't change as a soul, as a person, as a personality. It's the same you in a different avatar that might morph, but it shouldn't affect your self-worth. No? Why does it?
Maybe because I liked the way I looked a few years back, and I'm sad that I didn't keep it. More than maybe a few months, and then going backwards again.
Now that can happen. Very common and great with the honesty. However, here's the thing with all of you, is if you try to find your confidence or your self-worth or trying to find self-love in a way, and anything that's external, does anything out here ever stay the same, yes or no?
No.
No. I find my confidence in the day. What am I doing? I'm setting myself up for failure because the night's coming. I find my confidence in being young and youthful and filled with energy. Now you're old. Whatever you base your confidence on out here is bound to change because nothing out here is permanent. There's a certain pendulum swing too. Hey, even if I find my confidence in the fact that I'm X amount of kilos. Now you're pregnant. Now you're old. Now this happens. It's going to fluctuate like crazy. You cannot base it off anything external. Your confidence has to be what we call drawn from within. I'm confident, I'm good enough. Why? Just because I'm me. And I'm the same me acting through this avatar right now. I'm the same me acting through the avatar of Julien when I was 4 years old. I'm the same me acting through the avatar of Julien 3-4 years ago. Maybe 3-4 years from now, I'll be extremely ripped. Maybe I'll be super obese. But it's going to be the same me.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm going to talk a little different now that I'm obese, everyone. Can't make certain jokes. Same me. So the thing with you, and this doesn't mean, by the way, don't work on your health. Of course not. You can have certain goals when it comes to your health, but it means don't attach your self-worth to that. Don't say because I look a certain way equals I can only act within this range. And that's what you're doing. I cannot love myself because I look this way. I cannot express myself because I look this way. Says who? No one but you. Meaning there are certain things that you believed in. It might have been younger versions of you that believed certain lies that said, you, if you look this way, not good enough, not allowed to say anything more than this limit here. Versus, and it doesn't have to change your opinion. You could say, you know what, I like the way I looked 2 years ago. Great. But it's still the same you right now. Nothing changed. In terms of your self-worth. What if you put on an extra 20 kilos? Then what? Can you still love yourself? Are you still good enough?
Yeah. was just look a bit more different, it would be a very new experience for me.
What if I'm a genie and I'm the kilo genie? I'm like, 50 kilos, right now. Boom, you put on 50 kilos. Would you still love yourself?
Yeah.
Are you still good enough?
Yeah.
What about you? 50 kilos, boom!
Probably not.
Why? An extra 50 kilos. Why not?
Because
Why are you only as good enough as you look?
um,
Do you have kids?
yeah,
You do? How old?
1.5 years.
What if your son came up to you and said, what's your name?
Pauline.
Pauline, I feel a little fat. Am I good enough?
Of course.
But I put on some extra kilos. The kilo genie came to me and went, whoosh, here's some kilos. Do you still love me as much as before?
Of course.
Or do you love me less the more kilos I gain?
No.
Well, if you treat your son that way, why don't you treat yourself that way? Kilo genie comes to you, bah, 50 kilos. You're like, I hate myself.
When I had my son, I gained 20 kilos. And I thought that it was okay because I had him. Like he was the prize, and body was just, I was okay with it because he did it to my
Yeah.
body. Yeah.
What if you were to randomly gain it? Just right now, just for the fun of it. You're like, you know what, for the next 6 months, just for the fun of it, I'm going to eat McDonald's every day. 6 months pass, 20 kilos. Still love yourself?
Probably not.
Why? Why?
I don't think I have an answer for it.
Well, then there's no reason to not love yourself. What about you? Kilo genie. Brah, 50 kilos.
For me, it's not the kilos.
What is it?
It's the way I treat myself.
How so?
Right now, like you said, no workouts, no.
What's going on there? I know something really wants to come out. We're going a little deep here. What's going on? What's your mind saying? Don't judge it. Don't analyze it. Just spit it out. What's going on?
Like it's kind of a love-hate relationship.
How so?
If I hate myself, then I treat myself badly. And the last few years, I've been also a mom. I have 2 kids, and I've spent a lot of time with them, and I haven't focused on me.
What would you say is the number one thing holding you back right now from complete self-love? Don't judge it, say it. I see you thinking. It's like, is this good enough to say? Is this just...
It's not far gone. It's almost there. But there's still this kind of, I'm not capable.
Capable of what?
Capable of being here, being on the spot, being in the spotlight.
Why not? You know, a part of you knows. Why?
Yeah.
Tell it. We're curious. Why? Here you are. You have 2 kids?
Yeah.
A mom of 2, going through all that. Here in front. How badass is that? Why does a part of you think no? I see a full badass. I'm like, damn. Respect. Now, maybe some of you's like, yeah, he's right. But the part of you's like, no, you suck. What's that part of you saying? Why don't you deserve to be up here in front, owning who you are? And I don't want to hear I don't know.
No, I know. There's still there's something down there saying I'm not good enough.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Ask it. Why? Let's do this. Give me this.
There you go.
Hold this.
Yeah.
Stand up here. And we're going to get to you two. Do not worry.
It's fine.
Face me. What's your name?
Natalie.
Natalie.
Yeah.
You ready for this? We're going to do a little bit of a role play. Might work, might not work, but why not try?
Okay.
Little role play. Let's just say this. I'm an interviewer. And I'm not going to interview you right now. I'm going to interview that part of you that thinks you are not good enough.
Okay.
So you're going to close your eyes. And you're going to take a deep breath. And you're going to summon the Natalie that thinks you're not good enough. That aspect of you that is holding you back, protecting you perhaps in some way. Deep breath. And open your eyes. Good to meet you.
Hi.
Why are you protecting Natalie?
Because she's inferior.
Okay. What would happen if you stopped protecting her?
She'd not be the good girl.
Why is that bad? Why is that scary? I'm curious. I respect what you do. I'm just curious. Why? Why is that bad? What if you were to just let her be? What would happen?
She'd be alone.
How do you know? When did you first start protecting her?
Early on.
When? You know, it's your own birth.
Two, 3 years. Yeah.
What happened when you first came about?
It's my dad.
Her dad,
Yeah,
not your
her
dad.
dad.
Okay. Did you ever try letting her be and not protect her as much since then? Or have you always been just right there protecting her?
He hasn't been, so I have to.
Okay. If I were to ask you now, what would happen if you just let her be right now moving forward? Just curious, what would happen? What do you think?
I'm ready for it. Yeah,
Are you?
yeah.
Because it still feels like you're protecting her. That's how she still feels, at least. What would you want to tell her right now? Deep breaths.
Yeah.
If you could finally talk to each other. You've been protecting her all these years. What would you tell her?
That she's lacking something.
What? What is she lacking?
Confidence.
Why? What comes up?
Because she's a big sister and she has to be strong.
Why do you think she isn't?
Because her daddy says no.
Okay. Close your eyes, deep breath. Summon back everything that is you. And welcome back. So notice with you, just a few things to take from this. One, a lot to process around you and your father.
Yeah.
A ton to dive into and let go of. But also notice how, like you said, there's a part of me that doesn't, like, you're not good enough, etc., holding you back or stifling you, is diffusing blame to your dad. Now, it doesn't mean that your dad was perfect, so on and so forth, but it's separating the two, meaning there's work to be done around you and your dad, but then there's also work to be done there, meaning even communicating to that part of you could you let you just be you? And it's like, no, but then this would happen.
Yeah.
Now think about, this is why it's actually quite amazing that you are a mom. It's like if you have children, and again, I have 2 daughters myself, the number one, I asked my dad when I had my first daughter, I'm like, what's the number one piece of advice you give me? Just curious what he'd say. And he said, let your daughter, or let your child get frustrated and don't rush to her rescue. Meaning in life, there's gonna be times where you're very frustrated as a parent. I feel it, like if I see my kid frustrated, I'm like, anything I can do to, here's the solution. But is that helping them in the long run? No, not necessarily. Are you doing that to you? And that's where you can see that part of you won't even let you go through it because like, well, then she'll be uncomfortable, so I got to protect back. Versus, well, no, if that part actually cared about you, just like how you care about your children, it would let you actually go through that frustration, let you even go through some of that heartache or pain and come out stronger like a beast on the other side.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Now again, key thing, and this is for all of you, part of this type of work is learning how to reparent yourself. Now, those of you who are parents actually have a one-up on it because you're kind of used to this dynamic. But if you think of you and your inner child or you and younger versions of yourself, most people alive are completely abusive parents. You're just abusing your inner child, so on and so forth. As opposed to, you know what, I'm going to honor you. So question for you is, what if now instead of 2, you had 3? Your kids and you.
Yeah.
How would you treat you? And when you audit, you know, am I a good mom? Am I good to my kids? What about to younger me? What about to myself? Am I being there for me? And then acting as if, acting like a good parent. You might get triggered in the process, and that's where inner work and letting go comes into play. But that'd be the foundation in terms of what I'd suggest to work on here.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And then final thing, if I were younger you, what's the number one thing you would tell me? Or what's the number one thing younger you wants to hear or wishes someone would tell her?
Just be crazy.
Are you going to say that to you moving forward?
Yeah.
Okay, final thing, every day in the mirror for the next 30 days, look at yourself and say, be crazy and live according to that. So when you go to bed at night, you're like, I was.
Yeah.
Deal?
Deal.
Give her a hand. Amazing.
Absolutely amazing.